Man, I love sex. To me, like talking about sex is one of the greatest things. And the reason why we're talking about this on today's call is basically because I just got an email about this. I got a message on Facebook about it. And it's like, man, I think I'm about to have a threesome. What do I do? And this happens all the time. And let me just tell you, if you have a question, you message me on Facebook, like that's cool. I love getting questions. It fuels me, but I also have a business. And what we did for guys who may not want to invest full fledged in a lot of the stuff I do is for like, man, for a couple bucks a month, you can actually get this information. There's a membership site at thesexuallife.com/members. And you can sign up there and see all about it. And you get all sorts of, you get a lot of content. You get a lot of help. And if you have if you're a member and you have a question like this, we'll make you an answer, whether it's a video blog like this or an entire presentation that's an hour with a PDF and all this sort of stuff. But look, this guy's like, look, I might have a threesome, and yeah, help me out, man. Help me out. You're the sex guy. You're my buddy. And so, dude, here's the thing: is like they're the easiest thing in the world, and there's something that everybody wants to experience, but you have to have a couple factors. And let me just start is one of those things that in pickup is all about control. It's all about, what do I say? What do I do? How do I get this agreement to happen, right? She says she's down and the other girl says she's down. That's the best way for it not to happen. Okay. People, when they talk about sex, it's one thing. All right. It's like, I'm not a slut. I am a slut. I'm a badass girl. I like to fuck. I don't like to fuck. I'm a good girl. But then once we get in the bedroom, and same for guys too. It's the same shit. It's all bullshit, man. It's like, oh man, I fucking just own her with my dick. But you get that guy in the fucking bedroom. All guys that like boast about their sex lives, if I were to ever introduce them to a gangbang, those were always the ones that could never get it up, right? And it's not because they're like bad at sex people. It's just because it's like, it's a new situation and sex is different. It's this experience that you need to experience. Anyway, I can go on and on about this, but threesomes, here's the deal. It's not about what you say. It's not about what you say in the bar. It's not about what you say over text. It's not about your girlfriend and reframing her and programming her so that she goes and picks up chicks with you. It's about making the situation happen. Look, this idea is a fantasy of everybody, of both men and women. And I'll tell you this, man, it's so different in so many different ways. Like when guys think threesome, they think like two chicks. This is amazing. Man, that can be awesome. It can be really boring. It depends on the girls. It depends on the situations. A threesome like that is much different than two guys on one girl or two guys and three girls. Like there's so many different variables. I guess those aren't threesomes. If you're at an orgy, if sex is just spontaneously happening, all sorts of crazy stuff can happen, and they're all very different. But they're also dependent upon this. Nobody's talking about it. Everybody's doing it. And we engage, we enjoy it, and we allow the sexual language to be spoken. If we're talking about the sexual language, that's not it. That's the social language. That's where everybody is a little bit full of shit. Okay, so the best thing that you can do for a threesome is get the door shut behind you, and I'm assuming it's with two girls, is you get those girls interactive. So no talking, no discussion, no like, man, we could do this and it's going to be awesome. Or wouldn't it be cool if you made out with Cindy or whatever the fuck it is, like don't fucking talk about that shit. Have fun, go back to your place. You guys all know you kind of like each other. Maybe you already did agree upon it. Cool. Props to you. It's like, yeah, we're going to fuck. We're going to go to my place. We're going to get a hotel room. This is going to happen. That's awesome. But that is totally unnecessary, all right? In fact, the more that you guys have that sort of verbal agreement, the less likely it will be to happen. So what is important is that the door closes behind you guys. And when that door closes behind you guys, then you can do a variant of different things. What I like to do is if I'm with one of them, or if I've already had sex with one of them, or one of them clearly likes me, I'm going to start escalating on her. Okay. And the way that this initial dynamic works, and there's a couple different things, and actually I want to get to some resistance thing, but we'll wait till after that. But the first thing is that two parties of the three start hooking up. Okay, so two parties hook up and then the other one gets integrated in. So that could be the two girls start hooking up with each other and I watch and I like it. And, maybe I start getting aroused by it and show them and asking if they like it. Or maybe I hook up with one of them and then I go like, man, do you like this, man? It's so much hotter when you watch. Or what if you like fucking, what if you grabbed her ass? And you'll get all this stuff like, well, I'm not gonna fucking, what do you guys think? Like, I'm gonna hook up with you guys, and then obviously all of a sudden it'll happen, and then it's all good. Like, everybody enjoys it, But so there's that variable. In that situation, what I like to do is actually be the guy that's hooking up with one of them. Then I say, look, watch this. Do you like it when I do that? Do you like it? Do you like how I'm making her moan? Look at her. Look at how fucking turned on she is. And like, I'll get really aggressive and into it. I'll be like, fucking look at those tits. Fucking grab those, feel them. Like, are they the same as yours? Come here. And like, I'll just get really engaged. But the whole point of that is that I'm stimulating sex with one, and the one watching is a viewer and enjoys it. And because she's enjoying it, it actually turns us on. And that is how seduction works. Things go from social to sexual when intent gets exchanged. And intent is so dependent upon them showing their expression and me or us showing our expression back, and that it turns us on. So it's like, wow, you watching us turns us on. Do you like that? Wow, you like that? That's turning us on more. Does that turn you on? Fuck, I can smell your pussy from here. Fucking take it out. Let me smell it. Let me see like your two different pussy juices and how they taste, and boom, we're in the language of sex. Once we're in the language of sex, we're good. All right. Of course, you could get the two girls to do something, whatever. And that could happen too. But this next one that is a little bit more passive and easy. So not as much fun for me, but again, I'm kind of experienced in them, like I've been there with it a number of times, like many times, man. I've lived that life and I really like it. So I know I can get there. I have the belief, I have the experience, and I know how to make it happen. But if you don't have as much experience, you're like, fuck, I'm not going to remember all that shit. And you may not, because when you get sexual, you get nervous. Your brain doesn't think the same. It's not that you don't think, it's that your brain's thinking differently. So anyway, this one is really good. You can have a kissing game. It's really fucking easy. And actually it's funny because, man, I'm so stupid. When I was in high school, there's this chick, she had a party at her house. She had a slumber party, and there were like 3 dudes who came. It was like me, 2 other guys, and then 4 chicks. And they're like, let's have an underwear fashion show. And of course, I did nothing. I was like, wow, man, that's great. Oh, fuck. Katie's tits are big, like with, like in her fucking bra. Jesus, fuck, man. And I don't know what to do, but it was a great way of engagement. So guess what? You could do that, but even better, you could say, like, who's the better kisser? Like, I want to kiss. In fact, I don't even want to kiss you. I want to see you two kiss each other, and who's better. Now I'm going to kiss each one of you. I don't believe that. No, oh, you said her kiss was better? I don't know about that. What do you think about my kiss? And man, you don't even need that much explanation. You guys just need to start kissing and liking it. Again, and this is the real point. It's not that you guys are kissing or you're grabbing her tits or she's grabbing your dick. Those things are good because they incite the language of sex. We start thinking with our sexual minds, and it builds that relationship of I like you, you like me. And it's not verbal. It's through, oh, fuck, man, they kissed me. I like that. Oh, Jesus. And this is another thing too. Like, girls so love the language of kissing. It's like fucking, it's like dudes and talking about sports or cars or pussy. Like, women talking about kissing is like crazy. Like, all you have to you can just get 2 girls in your fucking room and say kissing is more important than sex. In fact, the first kiss is more important than anything sexual than I can remember. And guys think I'm weird for thinking it. Like, let me see how you kiss. Boom. It's like, that is like fucking crack. It is amazing. And so when you get into not only the thought or idea of kissing, it's just awesomely arousing. But once they start kissing, dude, it's like the hottest stripper in the world coming up to a guy who's got $1,000 in a strip club, who may have whatever awesome frame on or whatever shit, he's read all the cool shit and, Pimp Master, whatever is on his mind. And dude, you are powerless, right? It's just fucking great. And so those are really good things. Now, I wanted to talk about some resistance thing because this will happen. So if you already talked about having a threesome and they agreed to it, as soon as you're walking up to your place, as soon as it's time to get into the car to go to your place, as soon as it's time to pick up the phone to set this all up, you're going to get resistance. Women are always going to talk about this idea because it's a fucking cool idea that everybody thinks about. But when it comes time to do it, there's so much that gets in the way. So this is one of the reasons why you don't want to rely on that talking about it. And you want the situation to be there. Remember, in the same room with the doors closed behind you. So when you go like, hey, let's hang out. Well, I don't know, this and that is happening. And, they're going to be thinking all these things like he's going to think I'm a slut. He's not looking at me sexually uniquely. I want this to be done, but I want it to be on my terms, or I want it to be in these situations. I want to be in love, or whatever stuff that comes. It's resistance. Look, there's ways to counter that. I'm not going to get into that. What you should do is just be like, man, cool. Well, let's just go to a bar and hang out, or let's just go to go see some music. Let's go do this. Let's go to fucking this place adjacent to my house that has something to do that all three of us could have fun with. And then let's go to my place. Like, fuck, man, I got my chastity belt on tonight. No big deal. Look, we talked about some shit. That's cool, but I'd rather just hang out. Make the situation happen. I'm not saying to lie and deceive, but what I'm saying is that if I tell the truth of like, let's all go and fuck at my place, then deception comes into everybody's mind of like, fuck, I don't want to do this. I can't do this. What am I going to do? Blah, 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 blah. So in order to bring a sexual environment up, we have to make it acceptable for that person to show up and be themselves, and not the anti-slut defense, to show up and be there. Everybody wants to be sexual. Everybody wants to be liberated, to be free, to be open, to experience their bodies and what they were born to have. So when you talk about it, you actually build up deception in that. You build up a lie about the truth. If you set up the situation, that person's truth can come out in the way that they can let it come out. All right, so do that.